Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Richmond Raceway. I'm in the booth with Josh Goon and Bobby Patrica. And guys, welcome to Richmond. First ever time this series has been here to this racetrack.
Yeah, should be fun. Short tracks, expect some wrecks, but hopefully we'll get some good racing.
And yeah, before we get going though, we got an interview, right?
Yeah, we got Lawrence Shaughnessy waiting to be interviewed. Pull him up. Lawrence, you got a copy?
10-4.
Well, we're here in Richmond tonight. Still looking for your first win in the season. How do you feel about your chances tonight?
Truck feels pretty good, man. Setup is a little tricky to drive, but I think we got some good short run speed. I don't anticipate needing a lot of long run speed, so hopefully we can get some good restarts and move forward here.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of competitive times right now. Are you seeing anybody losing it off turn 4?
I've seen everybody lose it off not turn 4 so much. Turn 2, the truck gets a little loose if you get back in the gas too early. Turn 4, if you drive it off, just drive it off straight. I haven't gotten loose there yet anyway. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Track position is going to be key here. I think it's going to be really hard to pass. That top groove is going to come in pretty strong, I think. So we'll see how it goes.
Alrighty, well, we know how usually our races go here at short tracks. So what's your strategy tonight?
Get up front, stay up front, and hopefully just kind of ride behind Mark and Aaron and Joseph until it's time to make a move.
Alrighty, well, anyone you want to thank before you head back into the truck?
Yeah, got to thank the boys over at High Side. Alan and Luke are both here tonight, so that's good. We've got some help out here in the teammate front. Excuse me. Definitely don't thank them. Bumper Thumper Traction Compound, Competition Auto Body, and all the sponsors over at the team, and my parents who are watching, and my buddy Ryan, who watches every week as well.
Alrighty, Lawrence. Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thanks, buddy.
Alrighty, Lawrence Shaughnessy there.
Always a fun interview.
Sir, so, Bobby, first ever time here at this track for this series. How do you think it's going to go tonight?
It's kind of hard to say. It is a short track, but Richmond doesn't race like a lot of the other short tracks on the service that we've been to. It's a bigger Myrtle Beach. I know Myrtle Beach was a little bit of chaos, but this one's a little bit bigger. It's got a little bit more wider sweeping corners, a little bit wider lines. So I'm not sure if we'll get a bunch of the riffraff or if this will stay a little bit cleaner.
And Josh, have you ever raced here before?
No, but it's the first track I ever went to in person, if that means anything. I think it should be pretty good. Lawrence is talking about it. I've been watching practice since the start. A lot of guys losing it off of 2. I do really like the Myrtle Beach comparison, and hopefully with it being a bigger Myrtle, it won't have as many issues.
Sure. Alrighty, well, we're about to get started for some qualifying here. We'll see who puts it on pole.
Just had a couple more guys load in. Brandon Shirley, Aaron Smith loading in right at the buzzer.
Aaron Smith, always a late join.
I think Aaron takes the Allen Iverson practice of what are you talking about? Practice, man.
Sir, he usually joins right at the final buzzer.
It's actually not fully in yet.
Joseph McWhorter coming out on track for his 2 laps of qualifying, see if he can put it on pole here. Him and Whitley were trading the fastest lap in practice. They had an hour of practice. Those two were just going back and forth who had the fastest lap.
Yeah, I do believe we talked to Joseph last race, and believe he did say this is one of his favorite tracks. So
We'll see what he can do tonight.
he stopped.
See Jacob Oubre.
We got a couple guys who've already hit ready to race. Ben Shelton, Rob Squires, Nicholas Post, Michael Bussell. They're going to elect to start in the rear of the field.
Well, see what those guys can do tonight.
Well, you know, short track, there's always a possibility of, some wrecking. So maybe trying to avoid that.
As Mark Whitley goes to the top of the board, and we know he's always fast.
Yeah, and then Rob Hamp, P2, only a tenth below him. And Joseph goes P2 right in between the two.
There you go.
You remember Myrtle Beach, Rob Hamp, he was pretty fast at Myrtle. He was able to keep up with Mark and Joseph and, got taken out in that big wreck. So maybe he's got that same speed here tonight.
Yeah, we've noticed this season Rob tends to do pretty good on these little short tracks, so he definitely might be one to watch tonight.
Also, another one that does really good at these short tracks is Nicholas Fuller. He's usually up front at these short tracks, so we'll see if he can bounce back tonight.
Yeah, and he's sitting P5, only about 2/10 off the pole with a 22 flat pretty much. Decent sized field tonight. We got 25 trucks.
There you go.
$25 trucks here in a short track kind of makes me feel a little bit better about sitting up in the booth tonight.
Yeah, we know the history here of usually how these short track races go, so.
Yeah, we got asked before the race from Brian Underwood, over/under on cautions. He set it at 10. What you guys thinking?
Yeah, it's probably over. Because Aaron Smith is going to get a lap in. Brought him up to P4.
Yeah, just barely beating Bryce. 0.51 for Aaron, a 0.52 for Bryce.
We'll get ready to hit the grid here. We still got a little bit of time left in qualifying, almost about 2 minutes left. These guys will start racing. Take a look at the track map on Google Earth. Where are we at tonight? It's Richmond, Virginia. As we zoom in here on the track.
Kind of a unique location if you kind of think in modern terms. It's pretty much right in the middle of the city of Richmond. A lot of the tracks that we see on the schedule are kind of out on the outskirts or out in farmland, but this track's right in the middle of everything.
Sir, we see that here on the Google Earth shot. Should be a great race. Like I said at the beginning of the show, first ever time this series has been here, so it's going to be interesting for sure.
I think another thing you could point out here real quick, our season finale is at Phoenix, and, people compare this track to Phoenix, so we could be seeing, a little preview of our season finale here.
Sure. We will see what happens. It's about 10 seconds, and these guys will start gridding up and get ready to go green flag racing. Obviously, one stage tonight that's on lap 50. Here we go. We're going to start gridding up here. Now, one thing you'll notice new on iRacing, visually, you see the Geico restart zone that has been added. We are not using that tonight, but once it gets patched and all the bugs are gone, that is something this league will adapt. So at certain tracks that have the Geico restart zone, we will be using that in the future.
Yeah, and it's a pretty exciting thing to be getting. Especially, it should help our midfield on restarts.
If you've never raced on iRacing, the default rule is the leader can go whenever he wants after the pace truck pulls off or a pace car, and that usually leaves a lot of people guessing when he's going to go, and you get a lot of traffic jams. Let's just say that on restarts, people just packing into the back of each other.
Yeah, and it's been a pretty decent problem for us, especially mile and a half. We've had them some restart issues quite a few times.
Yeah, the previous way that they had the restart set up definitely left a lot to be desired on certain tracks. My home track here at Phoenix is probably the worst example of it because the pace car pulls in off turn 2, and you basically run half a lap with no pace car in front of the field, and official races tended to be a little chaotic.
Sure. We'll wait for the final trucks to grid up here, and then we're going to go racing. 200 laps tonight. Like I said, one stage tonight. It's almost lap 50, so we are having some technical difficulties with our overlay tonight, so bear with us while we fix that. We will take that down right now, though, because it's got Mark Whitley's driver's detail popped up constantly. So we'll try to find a fix for that, but we're rolling. Formation laps are underway.
Yeah, I blame you for that. But yeah, hopefully it'll get fixed.
So we come to Richmond. NASCAR's been racing here a while, so consider it like a throwback. It's going to be like the old school broadcast where we'll update you every so amount of laps. Who's leading? How many laps are left? But Mark Whitley did get the pole tonight. As you see, Brian Underwood's going to be on the outside here. Joseph McWhorter is third, Rob Hamp fourth, and you can't miss Aaron Smith. He's back there in fifth.
Yeah, that's a pretty good starting spot for him. He hasn't been starting up towards the front a couple races this year, so see what he can do starting P5.
Of course, the last time this series was out, action-packed Auto Club racing. It came down to the very end. Obviously, Smith picked up the win there.
Yeah, I'm looking for a pretty good race here out of that top 5. That's a pretty stacked top 5 there, and we'll see if anybody from 6 on back can get up there and take the fight to those guys up there.
Yes, sir. As we expect the iRacing pace truck to pull off here any second, and we're going to go green flag racing. You see Barney's already got the flag in his hand as the field of rounds 3 and 4. There it is, green flag. We are racing at Richmond.
Rob Hamp's looking 3 wide. Joseph, of course, looking for the lead.
Will they make it a lap? Some bold moves already taking place.
Underwood looking for a crossover on Joseph.
They made it a lap. That's,
That's progress.
And we heard a lot of people not complaining about the setup, which is a first.
Well, Lawrence had to find his a critique on it. He's a big setup critique guy.
As Whitley continues to lead here, that's his teammate behind him, Joseph McWhorter. Brian Underwood third, Rob Hamp fourth, Aaron Smith fifth.
It looks like we're starting a single file for the first 11 trucks, and then you got Alan Wilson battling for P12 and Ryan Murray. It looks like Alan's going to clear for P12 there.
You're right about the single file starting.
Oh no! Oh, we got big trouble in turn 3. Oh my goodness. That's a big. Oh, they're still piling in. One truck
Yeah, we got
barrel
one.
rolling.
Rewind and see what happened here. Alan Wilson. What happened to Alan? It looks like Cunningham gets into the back of Shoemaker, and then Shoemaker collects Wilson, and they just pile in after that.
Looks like we've got some post caution festivities. It sounds like.
We had some serious ARCA braking. Serious ARCA brakes in the back of the field. The 7 just came flying in there.
Yeah, I'm sure the officials will take a look at that. You obviously can't have that. It just took out more trucks. People are not paying attention.
Yeah, definitely some ARCA brake action piling in there into that wreck. I hate to say that, but I think there was a couple of those guys probably could have slowed down a little bit more than they did.
So, what do you guys think about that wreck? Because to me, it looks like the 96 got ran over.
That's what it looked like off the first replay that we saw.
Yeah, my first view of it too was kind of the same thing. He was right up underneath his rear bumper going down the back straightaway, and they got into 3, and it was on from there.
You know, you gotta feel bad for Bryce. He put in a lot of practice again, and it's not gonna mean anything once again.
Oh, under caution. Did you guys see that under caution?
We did not.
Out of turn 2, 96 retaliated on the 34.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I was queued up there earlier, but definitely some issues there under caution. 96 showing his displeasure.
Alright, well, already some fireworks here.
I believe the last time that happened, we parked the guy that did that.
No idea what's going on there now. Tempers are flaring though, but that's that's what happens when you come to short tracks.
Flaring early, lap 3.
Yeah, we're going to have a number of trucks out of the race after that.
Yeah,
at
some
least
really good
sitting on pit
trucks.
road for quite some time. Looks like Bustle had a blown-up engine. The 33 had a blown-up engine.
We're back green flag racing. Whitley with a good jump. Again, we are having overlay issues, so we'll try to get it popped up as when we can. But Whitley's still your leader here.
And McWhorter P2. Looking like, taking a look down pit road, looks like we got about 8 cars, 8 trucks on pit road.
Look at those trucks involved in that. A person like Alan Wilson doesn't get to run much because he races in real life. You know, he gets in here and he gets wiped out on lap 3.
Yeah, I think the IRC's definitely going to have some work to do tonight.
Yeah, post-race show is going to be interesting, especially since we have both Bryce and Nicky Bobby are still sitting on pit road. So it looks like they were pretty heavily involved in that incident.
And, you know, other than the incident, you also got to look at some ARCA braking because there were some definitely bad examples of that in that one.
Yeah, the 33 of Rob Squires, he's probably going to be out of the race. That engine looks like it's cooked on that one. The 7 truck, also the same thing, and Michael Bustle in the 01.
As Underwood's trying to get P3 from Rob Hamp, he's going to almost clear him off of turn 4 on the bottom. He's going to clear him in the 1.
Underwood up to P3.
Rob Squires is disconnected. He's called it a night. Too much damage.
An early night for the Canadian.
Alan Wilson as well.
Early night for Alan Wilson.
Definitely a chaotic start.
Oh, we got the 96 is making his way back out onto the track here, so that might be something to keep an eye on.
Now, are we going to have a Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain?
I think, I think he's shown his displeasure. I think it'd be very dumb to do anything else.
We'll keep an eye on it for sure. Bryce Shoemaker, see what he does.
You definitely understand the frustration, though.
So that 96 is way underpowered as he comes down the backstretch. We'll keep an eye, though, as Whitley remains out front. But Nick Warder right there behind him.
Yeah, those German motorsports trucks, like we were talking about Myrtle Beach, they were extremely quick there and showing once again they're fast here at another short track.
Third is your top five: Whitley, McWhorter, Underwood, Hamp, Aaron Smith.
Yeah, it looks like the 96 might have just been trying to get a lap or two to gain some positions, because looks like he ran a lap or two there and he has disconnected.
Go. See Jacob Hoover coming under pressure a little bit by Brandon Shirley.
I believe Jacob just barely missed that crash. And I don't know if he has any damage or not, because didn't get a close look at his truck, but he was very close to it.
Go back out front. Nick Waters still all over the back bumper of that 6.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a familiar sight tonight, as we got a battle for, I believe, P8. Luke Doran, Lawrence Shaughnessy, the two high side trucks that are left going at it for P8.
The Lawrence. Trying to set up Luke there. Gain 8.
And by the way, the paint scheme on the 5 tonight, he's had some interesting paint schemes the last few weeks, and assuming my trading paints is not being silly, Josh is giving us another classic paint scheme for tonight's race.
As you look out there as we turn to him, he's in the safety truck. He got keys to the safety truck somehow.
Yeah, I saw that one when I loaded in. Definitely interesting scheme. Definitely wanting us to add another rule to the rule book. So that's rule book gets rewritten about every race.
Yeah, something tells me the official WOSCRL spotters and scorers are not going to be happy about not having a number on that truck tonight.
Josh Crowder running in the 10th position right now. Go ahead.
You're talking about Shirley. He was able to get past Jacob Hoobery, and he's looking on Ben Shelton right now for P12. Trying to make the move on the bottom, and it's looking like he's gonna almost clear him off of 4. Should clear him into 1. And Shelton makes it sick though on the outside. It's not enough. Shirley up to P12.
That battle happening live.
Yeah, turn 2 is a notorious corner for, especially if you're in that outside, if you're in that second lane, and and you're trying to run side by side there, you carry just a little too much speed there, that corner really tightens up on you. And you'll usually have to get out of the throttle a little bit to keep from knocking the wall down there off, too.
And as you were talking there, Bobby, Skylar pointed out Nicholas Fuller. I believe Fuller's up to P6 now. Just made the pass on Jordan Hand and move up another spot. Definitely a guy to watch out. Loves his short tracks.
Sir, and we heard him talk about that before as well. That really enjoys coming to short tracks as he feels like he can get his best finishes here. Showing another strong run.
Yeah, just a little bit over halfway through the stage here now. Just looks like lap 28 is they're completing here now on lap 29.
Yeah, Mark's starting to pull away just a little bit. Definitely not as close as it was, up to about a second and a half now.
Top three have definitely separated themselves out and gotten a little space from each other as well. It looks like Aaron Smith on the inside looking for P4 there.
He's going to make the pass. Aaron
we
Smith
got a
up to
pretty-
P4.
Pretty intense battle for P14 right now. 4 trucks under a blanket. All battling for P13, actually.
Do that as we switch live to it.
Got Ben Shelton, Jacob Hoobery, Marcus Cunningham, and Russell Bracca. Almost 3 wide there. It's going to be 3 wide off of turn
It is
4.
3 wide. 4 wide.
4 wide into turn 1.
Oh, that's looks like some cooler heads prevailed on that one for sure.
That's definitely something we didn't expect to see at Richmond tonight.
There they were 4 wide as they hit into turn 1. Brackett took advantage of that and he passed them all. Ben Shelton's having some blinking issues.
I would say something, but I've been cursed by that bug quite a bit in the last week, and I don't want to push my luck.
Yeah, just don't jinx it.
Jim Foskett getting live. He's got some damage on that right side on that 47 as Michael Bustle comes back onto the track.
Yeah, probably to try and do what Bryce did and pick up a spot or 2. Every point matters. I believe he's right on the bubble.
Yeah, coming in tonight, Michael Bustle was in the last spot to get into the playoffs. So everything goes like it is currently. It looks like Hooberry's going to gain on that and get that 10th spot. It was really close coming in here tonight.
And I think that that early big one's really got everyone to just calm it down for right now. Let's just get some laps. We got 200 of them. Just need to get some of these laps going.
As the next try to go a lap down is Nathan Brookover coming into the picture now. See if Whitley can catch him before the stage ends. Another thing to keep an eye on tonight is when this track changes from afternoon to nighttime.
And I believe we're starting to get into that dusk period, evening, where the sun's starting to set. And talking about the stage, our closest battle right now is 4P10. The last stage point. We got Josh Kreider, Ryan Murray, and Brandon Shirley there.
Of course, Ryan Murray coming off his best career finish at Auto Club, a P2.
Yeah, very close to that first career win. It's he's very consistent, and that win's bound to come sometime this year. You see, he gets a huge run on Kreider off the corner. He's going to look low. Gets a little loose, though.
There's Brandon Shirley there in that default paint scheme. He usually comes in here and he picks up some good finishes. He has 1 career win in the World of Stock Car Racing League Stars and Stripes Series. It would be at Texas.
And I believe he started at the back night, P17. And he's made his way up 5 spots so far and looking for 2 more.
Through the field, Lawrence was able to get around Luke there. Apparently in the P8 spot. He's got some lappers ahead of him now.
We know Luke. He's definitely looking after those tires probably. As 00 is called tonight, Nicky Bobby.
Right, the IRC's dropping like flies here tonight.
He wasn't going to be able to anyways. He had a prior event going on right after. He wasn't going to be able to review tonight.
Again, if you're just now joining us, we are having some overlay issues. As you can see, it's just keeping the driver details up on the bottom screen. So I will pop it up here and now. Let you see where's everybody running. You see lap 41. As the battle for P2's heating up.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on this battle for P10, but like you said, battle for P2. Brian Underwood starting to reel in that 32. All this happening about 3 seconds behind Mark Whitley, who looks to have this stage under control.
They're trying to get back. He was very disappointed finishing P3 at Auto Club. A lot of people would say, hey, I'll take that. But, you can drive like Whitley, you really just want to win the races.
For lap traffic, it looks like Crider might have been able to pull just a little bit.
Talking about the final point spot here in the stage, P10. A lot of laps here tonight. 200 laps, it's half distance. Or, it's halfway of a normal cup race here. So, a lot of laps. These guys are ticking them off, though.
Yeah, definitely one of the longer races in terms of the amount of laps. Definitely going to be an endurance night. We'll see who can make the least amount of mistakes.
We're on lap 47. Remember, that stage is on lap 50.
That's Ben Shelton goes a lap down P16.
Whitley's putting them down. Shelton goes a lap down. He's probably just happy it's not a mile and a half.
He's probably not counting this as a short track either, so he's probably not fully happy.
We're on lap 48. Next time buys the white flag at this stage. Whitley's looking to add another stage win to his playoff totals.
And we got a couple battles for position, and when I'm still watching this battle for P10, Josh Crider, he started P20. He's in that last stage point.
But Murray's on the inside.
Tight, and he got tight off of the turner. And looks like Murray...
That's going to be so hard to pass there on the bottom.
Yeah, he's going to have to try and get a big of enough run through the corner.
How about Mark Whitley? Another stage win for him.
Yeah, very dominant. As those tires started to wear, he was able to pull.
There. Mark
I'd be curious to see as the race goes on how well he'll be able to extend that, or as the track changes tonight, to see if he'll be able to keep up with it.
There's your stage caution.
So, overlay issues, so we'll run down the top 10. It's Whitley, McWhorter, Underwood, Smith, Camp, Fuller, Gordon Hand, Lawrence Shaughnessy, Luke Doran, and Joshua Ryder rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, it looks like we finished that stage with 15 trucks on the lead lap, 16 through 19 from Ben Shelton back to Jim Foskett. They're going to be one lap down. Obviously, it looks like probably the 21 is going to get the lucky dog there. And then Bustle is just cruising around enjoying the Virginia countryside.
Sir, they bring it down pit road. Or Whitley had such a big lead, he's going to probably come off the leader here. He had a huge gap on pit road.
You see a very, very, very busy pit road.
See the race off pit road.
I think Aaron was able to get up to P3 there.
He was.
Good stop for the 70 truck.
You gotta wonder how different would this race be if some of those big contenders didn't get took out in that lap 3 caution.
Yeah, it was definitely some big names. Alan Wilson, he was definitely gonna be a contender. Bryce, he was pretty fast at Myrtle. You never know what he could have done here tonight. And yeah, those are probably the 2 biggest names in that wreck.
You'll get ready to go back green here. Mark Whitley. We'll give you your top 10. Whitley, McWhorter, Smith, Underwood, Hamp, Fuller, Jordan Hand, Ryder, Shirley, Russell Bragg.
Luke Doran, probably the biggest loser on that set of stops, fell down to 14th. I believe he was P9 before the stops.
Just want to point out, it looks like Lawrence just came down pit road. I'm not sure if he's just topping off with fuel or if he's making a little bit of a strategy call there. But Lawrence Shaughnessy pitting out of his position and going to pull in for another quick stop.
Keep an eye on that. See what's going on with Lawrence.
Must have had a delayed yellow.
Seeing the lights off on the pace track now, so. We'll see if anyone's got anything for that 6 truck. You know, he's looking to bounce back after a P3 finish. That's weird to say, but see if he can get victory lane. Of course, we'll keep our eye on him and versus Smith. That's always a battle we keep an eye on. As Whitley gets another good jump.
Yeah, and his teammate's not going to be able to clear Aaron Smith though. And, Aaron's on the bottom, over there under Joseph for P2.
Here comes Aaron Smith. As we got a car around in the back, it looks like Nicholas Post. And caution is out. It is Nicholas Post. Caution out here tonight. Second one of the night for incident. Let's see what happened to Nicholas.
Looks like he, we talked about it. Turn 2 got loose.
Yep, right in front of Jim. And he heavy contact to the inside wall.
Yeah, what can happen a lot there at Richmond off turn 2 is, like I was saying earlier, it's a really tight exit. So you got a lot of wheel in it as you're trying to get up off the corner. And then as you start feeding the throttle back into it, a lot of times you'll get that. I think old Darrell Waltrip used to call it a pushy loose. It would push, 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 and then all of a sudden it would go loose on you.
All things considered, that 89 truck doesn't look too badly damaged.
Jim Poskett's going to get us a lap back, so we'll have another truck on the lead lap.
That'll put us at 16 trucks. I doubt anyone will pit here. Unless they're coming for damage repair, maybe to top off.
And this caution just slows down, you know, the race. Allows the nighttime to creep on in even more.
I don't think anyone will complain about that. You know, night racing, very beloved by this league.
Yeah, looks like we got a couple trucks here at the tail end. It looks like they're going to take the opportunity to come on down. They're probably going to top off with fuel, would be my guess, or repair some damage if they still had any.
Yeah, I believe there were a couple guys at the back who had some damage that, you know, definitely take this opportunity to get some repairs.
Yeah, it looked like it was the 27 of Nathan Brookover, 89 of Nicholas Post, and the 47 of Jim Foster.
We talk about it all year long, the 70 versus the 6. In this restart, we're going to get them side by side.
And I think that'd give the advantage to the 6 right there because he gets to control his start. You know, we talked about it. We still don't have the restart zone. So he can go as soon as that pace truck pulls off.
Yeah, he had established a pretty good pattern at Myrtle Beach a few weeks ago too. He was always a pretty early lever there on those restarts.
Sure, so we'll see if see what happens here. Of course, Mick Water, he needs a good run. He usually has not had a string of good luck here recently.
Yeah, the crash usually tends to find him and a couple other guys like Ben Shelton. So hopefully they can stay away from it. They both made it through the first big one, so.
Lights are off on the iRacing pace truck. We're about to go green flag racing once again. Whitley with another great jump. Oh, Mick Water.
Yeah, and that's the teammate game right there. You know, they're in the same voice chat. You know, definitely help there for Joseph as he gets loose off the corner.
Here comes Smith fighting back on the outs or inside, excuse me.
Like you said, it's really hard to make that pass on the bottom.
Yeah, you gotta worry about washing up and wiping out the guy in front of you or beside you.
I think with what we saw last run, I think Joseph probably try to be, or Joseph will try to probably be aggressive here. Try and grab that lead.
We've seen all season long, Mick Water's been really fast on these short runs, but he's struggled a little bit on the long runs this year.
Yeah, and we saw how good Mark's truck was on the long run. He pulled by over 4 seconds. So. But Joseph can maybe make this pass and make Mark be in some dirty air for a little while, see what can happen.
Right on board here with Joseph McWater in the P2 spot.
You know, it's very similar to the first run. He's staying right in the tire tracks of Mark Whitley.
Aaron Smith there in the yellow Chevy, creeping in the background. P4 is Underwood, and P5 Rob Hamp. On board with Aaron Smith. As the sun sets here tonight at Richmond Raceway, the lights are coming on.
Oh, we got a
got
wreck,
skid
next
wreck on the back straightaway.
Very big.
Oh my goodness! One truck
Car
up and
upside
over
down.
44.
All right, well, we at Daytona.
Somebody got right. I didn't catch the numbers, but somebody got hooked in the right rear. I think a couple trucks got loose off too there. Oh yeah, Russell Brackett got hooked, and it was disaster from there.
Yep, Lawrence Shaughnessy also in that. Like, Cunningham might have also got a piece of that.
Yeah, some very big damage for the 11, the 44, the 9. And, you know, I talked about Ben Shelton avoiding the first wreck. I don't think he avoided this one fully.
Lawrence Shaughnessy, of course, missed the last race at Auto Club, comes back this week, and well, he gets a car in his lap.
Yeah, we're gonna have a number of trucks here on pit road coming down to fix some of that damage.
See the
And
damage on that 44. Go ahead.
Looking at the, you know, the 4 chase cam, you know, we saw it a couple times last week. I think Russell might have cleared himself.
Well, you have it. Let's go back and take a look at it. Did Brackett clear himself again?
I think the 4 chase cam is probably your best look at it, because if you look, he's around the middle, and then he just pulls up the track.
Yeah, I think both the 44 and the 11 were a little loose coming off that corner there. And I think that prevented the 44 from running all the way out to the wall, kind of like you normally would. And so I'm wondering if Russell didn't realize that the 44 was not running all the way out to the wall.
What it's going to look like, looks like the 11 might have cleared itself once again. Yeah.
34 took some big damage from that.
Hard hit for the 44. You know, we've got a car flipping at Richmond.
It's not the first one. We've seen 2 flipping tonight.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Sheldon didn't completely avoid it, but he might have been able to get out of there a little bit better than he could have.
Yeah, probably the best case scenario.
Again, we want to thank our sponsors, 13 Speed, Maconi Setup Shop, Next Level Racing, and ButtKicker for sponsoring the Stars and Stripes series.
Yeah, damage doesn't look that bad on the 21 truck.
Oh, more competitive trucks wiped out. You know, those are some good, good drivers that got in that. So, it'd be a good points day for some of these guys in the back.
Yeah, and Ryan Murray, he's called it a night. Yeah, took a wild ride.
Ryan Murray coming off his best finish at Auto Club. Last race out, P2. Not going to be finishing there tonight.
It's racing. I believe we're coming green this time.
Yes, sir. Lights are off the pace truck. Again, if you're joining us, we are having overlay issues, so we are updating you every now and then on where they run.
Get an interview once we go green. Got someone waiting in the interview room.
I expect Whitley to get a good jump again, and he does. Aaron Smith didn't get caught sleeping that time.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much been every time on these restarts. The guy in third, he's getting a really, really good start.
Smith's got some damage on that right side of that 70 truck.
I have got up into the wall or something. I don't think he's been in any of the incidents tonight.
Got a, looks like Russell Bracker coming off pit road. It is.
Yeah, I would guess based on the damage he's got that he's going to probably just run a lap or two, and that might be it for Russell tonight.
We got a
We have
caution.
caution. Nathan Brookover is around.
Yeah, it's looking like pretty much a replay of what happened to Nicholas Post a little earlier.
27 loses it coming out of turn 2, and that's going to bring out the caution again tonight.
Hard hit there to the inside wall there for that 27. That's going to definitely put some damage on that truck.
Yes, sir.
While we're under caution, you guys want to get an interview
Go
with
ahead.
Lawrence? Well, Lawrence, you got a copy?
Sure do.
Well, I doubt you wanted to be talking to us this soon. What happened out there?
I wish I knew what happened. I was just kind of riding, had to fix some damage under that stage yellow, drove myself into the wall like a dummy. But from what I could tell, the 11 was trying to pass the 44 on the inside, and the 44 was drifting down when the 11 drifted up. And innocent victim here. Like I said earlier, track position's king.
Yes, sir. Before that wreck, though, you were running a P8. You got some stage points from it, but not how you wanted the night to end tonight.
Definitely not. Not having the season I would have liked to have. Playoffs are looking like a long shot unless I can pull one off at Talladega. But yeah, the truck was really good. I was actually having a lot of fun. I was just going to kind of ride, pick off what I could get, and make my way back up to the field. Hopefully, definitely had top 10 speed. Might have had top 5 speed with some luck, but it is what it is. Kind of the way my season's going.
Well, high side's down the one truck left tonight. How do you feel about Luke's chances the rest of the way here tonight?
Well, Luke's been the fastest truck that we've got in this league since day one, really. But I think Luke, if he can stay out of trouble, he'll get back up there. Hopefully, fight for a top 5. He's got a couple of question marks to get around. We'll just put it that way and leave it nice. But we'll see how it goes for him. I'm going to be in his corner up on his box. So.
Alrighty, Lawrence. Well, anyone you want to thank tonight? I know it's not how you wanted it to end, but anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, thank you guys for putting on a great broadcast. I really enjoy listening to your commentary while I'm driving. Obviously, the boys over at High Side, Alan, had a tough night tonight. Another innocent victim because these guys don't have their spotters turned on or something. Obviously, Bumper Thumper and all the sponsors, Competition Auto Body, all those guys, and Mom and Dad. Hate that they're going to have to turn off the TV early tonight, but they came out and they always do. So.
Alrighty, Lawrence. Well, we will see you next week, Texas.
Yes, we will. See you, boys.
Alrighty, disappointed Lawrence. Obviously, wiped out tonight. Not the night he needed after missing last week.
Yeah, there's some just awful luck for High Side in this race, you know. Alan, we thought probably could have got up there for a top 5, and he gets taken out and something not his fault, and then same thing for Lawrence.
It's going to be an interesting restart here because according to my screen, it looks like under that yellow we had a number of trucks come down pit road, but not everybody. Looks like the top 4 stayed out.
Yes, sir. That is correct. Top 4 stayed out. First one that pitted is Ryan Underwood and Mick Waters, so keep an eye on that.
Well, you know McWhorter will take full advantage of those tires.
Your top 4 did not pit. McWhorter already trying to take advantage. He's looking on the outside there of Nicholas Fuller.
There's nowhere to go right there, but he's
He's got to be careful though. He's he's smart. You need points.
yeah, he's definitely in a hornet's nest right now compared to where he was riding in P2.
It looks like Rob Ham gave him a little bit of a break there. As Ham gets a little bit loose coming off 4.
Yeah, and this is gonna be really interesting to see this play out. I don't know when exactly the last time they pitted, the 4 leaders pitted were, but we got to be getting close to it. So here's some more hits.
Looks like the 4 that stayed out, they last pitted 31 laps ago.
There you go.
Looks like out of that restart, looks like Brian Underwood was actually able to make his way to the front of the trucks that just pitted. So, but he's got McWhorter right behind him, and then Rob Hamp also looking to follow those guys through.
Underwood using those fresh tires though to make a pass on the outside. He's in the wall though, Underwood.
And Joseph's going to try and take advantage of it. He looked at the bottom, but yeah, definitely not enough room for that. Brian should clear Burren and Shirley into turn 3.
Yeah, use those fresh tires right there to get a good run off the exit of turn there. And Hill's definitely clear. Oh, McWhorter gets the wall entering 1. But he stays in it, though. He stays to the outside there of the 85 truck.
Did he get fully into the wall? Or I think he might have just lifted, maybe. Did not hit Brian.
It was kind of hard to tell. Looks like he might have grabbed the right rear a little bit, kind of like the ARCA cars used to do. But it wasn't a bad hit, thankfully, it looks like.
He should be okay. It looks like just maybe a little right rear contact.
Those two have caught the rear bumper of Aaron Smith. So,
Yeah, if you're Mark Whitley right now, you're rooting for Aaron Smith right now to do his best to hold those guys off as McWhorter goes to the inside of Underwood here going into turn 3.
Underwood left the door open. McWhorter said, "Okay, I'll come in."
Well, we all know Joseph is very aggressive on these short runs because that's usually when his car is at its best.
But you guys like the strategy call some of these guys did, switching up strategy.
Well, they honestly aren't that much faster than the front 2 right now. I don't know if it's because they're battling or what, but Aaron ran about the same lap time as them last lap.
Rob Hamp wants to get up in this action as well in that 24 Tundra.
Yeah, it looks like last lap the fastest truck on track was the 85, actually, of Brandon Shirley with a 22.581. Actually, no, scratch that. Looks like Rob Hamp, a little bit faster lap that last time.
As Joseph looks to the bottom, Aaron Smith for P2. A late dive down to the bottom. He should make this move off of 4, or into 3, actually.
Yeah, definitely using the extra grip on those fresh tires there to get a good exit off the corner.
And now we'll see what he can do. See if he can run down his teammate Mark Whitley for the lead. Brian Underwood's going to try and follow him for P3, and Rob Hamp's going to try and follow Brian.
Be real curious to see here what kind of laps McWhorter can bust out here while he's trying to run down that 6 truck. Yeah, it looks like that last lap about 2/10 faster on the 32 truck over the 6. So
McWhorter is coming, as you can see. He's got the fresher tires. See if he can put them to use. His teammate in front of him, though, so.
And it was, this is definitely a good, test. If we get a late race caution, old tires don't look awful.
if you can get the track position and it's not a long enough run, if you got enough distance between you and the people with fresh tires, you got a fighting chance, I think, to be able to maintain your position.
We got some guys that, in that situation, they'd probably try that, either right on the bubble, like a guy like Jacob, Or maybe a guy that's already got a win in the bag, like Rob Hamp.
You see McWhorter, he's starting to get all over the back bumper of that 6.
Yeah, Steph, fresh rubber definitely playing a factor now. We're starting to get to this
You can
run.
just see the 32 is so much faster in the middle of the corner. He's going to be in the inside of the 6.
Yeah, Mark will probably let him have it.
Yeah, and another telltale sign of that situation is the 70 truck has dropped all the way back to P8 on those older tires. He's getting swarmed pretty good back there.
How many laps was that for Whitley to be able to hold on to that? About 10?
I show it was 19 laps since the pit stop, so knock a couple off there for the caution. So I'd call it a 15-lap run.
Yeah, the 27 truck. Nathan Brookover getting the wall there a little bit. Stay out of the leader's way, though.
Yeah, I think if a run at the end of the race is less than 15 laps, you might see people give it a shot to try to stay out on old tires. I think if it's much more than 15 laps or so, I think you just saw that they definitely make a big difference as the run goes on.
Like I was saying, if you got a win in the bag, why not gamble and try and get you some more playoff points to grab another win?
As Bobby mentioned it, Aaron Smith's down to the 8th position off that restart.
Yeah, it was passed by Shirley, who is on the same strategy.
Of course, if you're just now joining us, we are having some overlay issues, so we will update you. Jacob Oubre in the top 10 position right now in that 10th spot. Going to bode well for his playoff hopes, as he needs every point.
Yeah, and you see, since Joseph got past the 6, definitely hasn't pulled away that much so far.
There's Brian Underwood and Rob Hamp there in the shot behind that 6. They're closing up in this.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see, when Joseph's, short run speed starts to go away. If, he maybe backs him and Mark Whitley up to Brian Underwood and Rob Hamp running 3 and 4.
Of course, that last time by, McWhorter was only about a 10th faster than Whitley.
Yeah, I think there may be a little bit of a window there, maybe 10 to 20 laps, that the fresh tires are definitely going to show their advantage, and then maybe after 25 to 30, which is about where we're at right now, about 25 laps, they might kind of start balancing out a little bit.
Marcus Cunningham's going to go a few more laps down.
Currently shown P15. That's actually only one lap down
One
for
lap
him,
down
but
for
he's
the
got
34, but yeah, a lot of damage.
he's got a couple lap gap over Russell Bratko, who's the next one behind him. So he's just out just riding and just making sure he can maintain that position.
Yeah, 14 trucks on the lead lap right now. Marcus, as you said, the only car 1 lap down, so he's hoping for a caution.
You talk about people riding around, that's going to be Michael Bussell. He's still out there riding around, getting in spots, though, up into the P18 spot now.
Every point matters for him, and he's probably well aware of that. He's right on that bubble, and points matter, especially on days like this. Rob Hamp was able to get around Brian Underwood for P3.
Yeah, I think your grit and grind driver of the night, though. I think I'm going to throw out there that 7 truck. He was involved in that very first incident. He sat on pit road for 70 laps, getting that truck fixed, and he has made his way back out there. He's 33 laps behind the next truck ahead of him.
Yeah, it's trying to get all the points they can. The regular season's winding down. Next week, these guys are heading to Legacy, Texas. Not the new Texas, so should be some good racing from Legacy, Texas. Talk about a track that is awful job of redoing it, Texas.
Yeah, they really ruined that track. It's very bad.
At this point, I genuinely have to wonder if Marcus Smith and Eddie Gossage are the only 2 people that don't believe that it's a ruined racetrack.
Yes, sir. So, I've heard Marcus Smith say it's going to go back there for the All-Star race, so we'll see. You know, this league's ran there one time. Actually a pretty decent race. Had a huge wreck on the backstretch. That's where Brandon Shirley picked up his first win.
Let's be honest, though. We were only there for the lights.
There you go. And here are the decisions. Why we go places. He's talking about the caution lights on the catch fence on the front stretch.
Why do you think we're going to Phoenix? We got to see the cactus.
Go.
I think Underwood might have gotten to the wall when Rob Hamp was going by him, because it does look like his right side's pretty.
Yeah, we are seeing that
scuffed up.
damage right there. He's got a lot of damage on that right side. That's 77.
And he's lost the spot to Luke. Luke's up to P4, and now he's being put under pressure by Jordan Hand for P5. You see that damage definitely affected him.
Yep, Hands on the inside of that 77.
Yeah, Rob Hamp was able to get by Underwood there to get up to P3, but he's not been able to do anything with it since he's got that clean air. He's matching lap times with Mark in that 6 truck right at the moment. They're nearly identical lap times, so that's going to be something to make note of for later in the race. You got about 25 lap difference on those tires, and now that we've worked our way into a run here, there's not a huge speed difference.
Yes, sir. Like I said, next week these guys are at Legacy, Texas. And then after that, we have the Dega Duels, where we basically have broke the 94-lap Dega race into 2 races. So that's going to be chaotic. And of course, those Dega Duels are the last 2 races to make the playoffs.
Somehow I get a feeling my wife will be very angry if I packed up the sim rig into the car when we go on vacation that weekend.
Yes, sir. Well, make sure you tune in. It should be a doozy. 45 lap races at Dega. So short races, still have some stages in it. So a lot of points on the line. And, win, you're in. So some of these guys are going to be trying to win and get their stuff in the playoffs.
Going back to the Knights race.
Oh, and Smith gets in the wall. Aaron Smith's in the inside wall hard. He's got a lot of damage.
It's like no caution though for him.
Lots of damage on that truck.
That's a rare mistake from Aaron Smith.
Aaron Smith gets in the outside wall, saves it though, but hard into that inside wall. You don't usually see that from the driver of the 70.
And going back to what I was trying to say there, 3rd and 4th, been the fastest 2 trucks on the track the past couple laps. That's Rob Hamp and Luke Dorn. I think Joseph's tire is definitely starting to wear.
See if McWhorter can hold on to it. We've seen this year he's kind of struggled on the long runs. We go back to like Homestead. He's really fast on those short runs, but those long runs, he wasn't a fan of them.
Yeah, just a quick recap here of our top 10 as we're running along here. Looks like we're on lap 118 right at the moment. We got McWhorter leading, Whitley in 2nd, Rob Hamp in 3rd, Luke Doran in 4th, Jordan Hand in 5th, Brian Underwood 6th, Brandon Shirley 7th, Joshua Kreider's worked his way up to 8th. He's had a real quiet night so far. And Aaron Smith running in 9th after that recent incident, and Nick Fuller running out your top 10.
I think that when you ran down that top 10, the interesting thing is Smith's still in the top 10.
Yeah, that truck is destroyed.
Jacob Hubray lost that 10th position to Nicholas Fuller.
I got Brian Underwood on pit road right now.
Right, well, here we go. That's, he pitted on that last caution, so he could have went a little longer, so.
Well, like I said, I believe he got some wall damage, and
we're seeing it
really
right
feel like
now. A
that
lot of
was
right side damage there on that 77.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have the 70 also pitting this time by.
And Nicholas Fuller.
Last lap, Luke Dorn, a tenth faster than the three guys in front of him.
And we know Luke Doran's history. He can save tires at the best of them, and one of the best long run guys I've seen.
Now, question to you, Bubby: did Luke Dorn pit that last time?
I am showing Luke is, yes, he pitted under that most recent caution. He's 44 laps since his last pit stop.
So odds are still needing one more stop, if I had to guess.
We'll see as Joshua Craddock hits pit road. These guys had 4 sets of tires in the pits tonight. Well,
Yeah, the two that I'm going to keep an eye on here is the 6 of Mark Whitley and the 85 of Brandon Shirley. They're both, say that, Shirley comes to pit road. Whitley has run 72 laps since his last stop, so.
You know, really don't look like that bad a fall off for Whitley, at least.
Whitley's going to be battling for the lead here in a minute.
Yeah, as Joseph has to run high for, lap car unlapping himself and just going to close those two leaders. And you see those two, you see Rob Hamp starting to creep in this picture.
One thing you got to be careful here is getting on this pit road. It's not an easy pit road here at Richmond.
I think another thing is this lap traffic. This is probably the most heavy lap traffic they've been in.
Keep your eye on that 77 of Brian Underwood. I'm not sure how much he had fallen back there from that when he had pulled into the pits there, but he's running about a second faster than those top guys right now. He's running low 22s. Yep, there you go. There's your 6 coming in.
Now, they call over the radio. He's gonna, F1 is called an undercut. Maybe try for an undercut here.
We'll see if he can do it. McWhorter can obviously go longer if he wants to, but we'll see if he decides to pit closer to Whitley. And he is. McWhorter's coming in this time. And so is Rob Hamp.
And
I would
there's
expect,
32, yeah.
I would expect Luke now to go long.
Jordan Hand's also in. That is right. Luke Dorn is your race leader now. 4 tire stop on that 6.
Yeah, definitely probably the last stop of the night without a caution.
Yeah, I got a little bit over 70 laps to go here. We're working lap 129 at the moment.
Jacob Hoover goes by Luke to unlap himself there.
Yeah, it looks like your top 3 so far have all stayed out. You got Luke Doran, Benjamin Shelton, and Jim Foskett. Looks like they've stayed out, and actually looks like Underwood used the undercut there. He has leapfrogged McWhorter and Whitley.
Very, very interesting to see. The big thing is, though, how will his tires be at the end of this run?
Well, you talked about it. The fall-off's not much, so it's really just going to come down to the guy behind the wheel. It's the 3. Okay, I thought he was coming in that time. It's just the camera angle. The 3 might be doing what you say and running along.
Looks like the fall off's about 6 or 7 tenths.
It's Jim Foskett pits. 2 trucks that have not pitted, as Bobby has mentioned, Luke Dorn and Ben Shelton.
I'm expecting Luke to stay out for a while.
Luke's got a lot of lap traffic ahead of him.
Yeah, those guys that just pitted are running low to mid 22s right now, and Luke Dorn's running mid 23s.
I think you've made your bet at this point, though. I think you gotta go as long as you can now.
Yeah, Luke has run 55 laps since his last pit stop. I'm honestly not sure what the fuel run looks like on these.
Yeah, I thought about that. I think it's probably around 100, maybe 90 laps. Trying to think back to what, like the Cup Series does around here, just to get an idea, but I'm not quite sure either.
Luke Doran still has not pitted. Ben Shelton has not also pitted, but he's in the same straightaway as Luke Doran. Ben Shelton about to go a lap down here.
Hey, you know what Luke would love?
Yeah, we've seen that last race. Nicholas Post stayed out, and he caught the caution. Of course, here comes Underwood and McWhorter behind Doran to get their lap back the old-fashioned way.
Hey, they're going to be 3 wide.
They are. No, McWhorter thought better.
That is a business decision there by the 32. He needs these points.
McWhorter, you can tell, is just faster than the 77. Just there you go. Be patient.
And these two have pulled away from Mark Whitley.
So if you're Luke now, do you pit?
No.
No, I think you got to see it through and run it till that tank's dry.
3 wide, Doran, Shelton, Whitley.
Yeah, pretty uncomfortable situation there for Luke.
That's McWhorter and
because
Underwood. Go ahead.
He's basically got a 1-lap gap over everybody behind him. So I would run it through and see if you can get lucky. I'd run that tank all the way till it was dry.
Joseph about a second faster than Luke that last lap.
Underwood's under pressure.
Yeah, Whitley. He's looking to the inside. He's going to make that pass.
Shelton threw up the... Oh, no, I think he's still out there. His name popped up like he was pitting, but no, it looks like he's staying out.
I'm very impressed at how Aaron Smith is still able to be running P7 right now. That truck looks like it's been through a war.
He's sticking with it. We saw that in the other series, in the throwback series. He stuck with it and got like a top 10 finish. As the laps wind down here tonight at Richmond, we're on lap 140 of 200.
Shelton's in. Now leave Luke Doran, the only car out on track that hasn't pitted.
Yeah, currently running on 62, now 63 laps since his last stop. We saw those other guys get into the 70s, so if he could probably run at least another 10 or 15 laps, I would take a guess.
I think he'll probably try and push that a little further too, because like I said, even if he catches a caution now, I think everyone else would follow him on the pit road.
I believe so.
Especially with only 5 trucks on the lead lap, about to be 6.
The Aaron Smith. That yellow 70 truck has took a beating tonight, but it's still passing cars.
Yeah, Banana's a little bruised tonight.
Here comes Jordan Hand looking to get his lap back as well. McWhorter about 15 seconds back of Luke Doran.
Yeah, he's still running about a second a lap faster than Luke, so he's looking, about 13, 14 seconds back. So he's about 13 or 14 laps from running him down on the racetrack.
As your top 5 is Doran, McWhorter, Whitley, Hamp, and Underwood. Doran, the only one not to pit out of those guys, so we expect Doran on pit road shortly.
And what Doran's hoping for is once he pits, it goes green the rest of the way, and then Joseph and Mark the battle. Rob Hamp's gotten past Brian Underwood.
Yeah, it looks like Brian's truck's not driving quite as good as those other guys. He was able to use those fresh tires to do the undercut on the pit stops there, but has not been able to maintain it. He's got about 7 or 8 more laps on his tires than some of those other guys do.
an eye on it. Doran's still staying out here. Doran comes around to get lap 147.
Think the two trucks behind Luke, Joseph and Mark, maybe starting to fall off a little bit in terms of pace, but still around 8 tenths to 9 tenths faster.
Yeah, they were running down in the low to mid 22s, and now they're running close to 23 flats now. So, and they're both about 20 laps from their pit stop. So it's kind of like what we saw earlier. You were able to get a really good gain on the first 10 or 15 laps, and then after about 15 or 20, they started to level off.
Well, we know Joseph definitely not as good on the long run as Mark, so that'll be interesting to see what happens. Because we've talked about it; they're teammates, but it's a win, possibly.
We got an alert that Nathan Brookover crashed, but it looks like he just parked it on the apron on the back stretch and towed it.
I almost wonder if he ran out of fuel.
That could be the case as well.
How many laps has it been since
Luke
he
Doran's
put
in.
Luke's
Oh, yep, there he is.
So he's going to have 50 laps to go on these tires.
Going to be interesting to see how much time he lost and then how much faster he's going to be with about 25 lap fresher tires.
I believe he's just going to go a lap down.
Keep an eye on it as he's leaving pit road now. Mick Waters coming off turn 4 now.
I think he's going to get it up to speed there. I think he's just going to be in front of him, maybe.
Yeah.
Was that a 4-tire stop?
We'll see. Let's check the pit time on that 4. It was a 10-second stop, so I don't think that was a 4. No.
2 tires. But he stays on the lead lap.
Yeah, right sides and put enough fuel in it to get you home.
We'll keep an eye on Luke Doran, see what he can do here. The battle for the lead's heating up.
Yeah, Whitley is there.
I mean, that Harpoon Designs truck looking to add another win to his total this season. McWhorter looking for his first of the season.
Looking at Luke there for a lap. 22.6 that last lap.
Yeah, so a bit faster. It looks like about 25 is when it starts dropping off because those front guys that pitted are up into the 23s now.
22.5 that lap. So
We'll see. He's got to get around some trucks. We'll see where he finishes though with that strategy. As Whitley's all over the back bumper of this 32. He's thinking about looking inside there.
yeah, expecting an intense battle here for the win. So I think we might have had someone go around, or maybe that was someone blowing up on pit road.
We got more lap traffic coming up for these leaders. A lot of lappers out there as the post gets out of the way.
Yeah, wants nothing to do with this battle. Wants to see those guys go at it.
Lap 157, Mick Warder, your leader. But he has Whitley all over him.
You want to talk about traffic? Go back to Luke Doran. He is in some intense traffic. We got a car going around.
We do, and that's going to be the 7.
No caution.
He's in around in the infield grass. Melvin. He's still in the infield grass.
In fact, he's trying to get it turned around.
Could bring out a caution when he brings it back on that racing surface as slow as he's going. Okay, he gets it back going. And he's... Ooh. Interesting. As the booth goes quiet, I think we were all thinking that might bring out a caution.
Looks like he was trying to be cautious. We got a battle for the lead. It's very intense. Bumper to the back of the 32.
I'm here, buddy.
Getting some Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards
All right, well,
feel from a couple years
we
ago.
know. Definitely want to be Edwards in that. On board with Whitley here, we get a great shot as we ride on board with him here. He's chasing down his teammate. Just now joining us. Overlay issues. We will, like I said, update you. Right now, this is the battle for the lead. McWhorter is in first. We're on board with Whitley, who's currently P2.
Yeah, Rob Hamp's got himself a good clear gap both in front and behind. They're running P3, and then Jordan Hand and Brian Underwood pretty close there, running for fourth and fifth.
We look back a little bit to Luke Dorn. He's on an alternate strategy. Looks like he's got a little bit of clear track now, so see if he can put in some lap time and get up closer to that top 5.
Yeah, I was monitoring his lap times, and he was about half a second to 3/4 of a second a lap faster than those front guys. So, but he's now got a little over 10 laps on his tires. So we'll see if that differential starts to kind of equal out.
That was in some pretty heavy traffic as well.
But all eyes on this battle for the lead here. McWhorter needs this win really bad. He can take a deep breath. He knows he'll be locked into the playoffs if he gets this win. For sure.
Yeah, but it's not going to be easy. We know that. Mark Whitley, one of our top drivers, and he's not going to make it easy on his teammate.
Of course, Whitley was disappointed with a third. You know he'd be disappointed with a second. He wants that win. It's right there for the taking.
Yeah, and you think, maybe if we played the teammate game, well, a win for Mark, that's 5 or 3 more playoff points. That can go a long way.
As the points do reset, so you need all these playoff points that you can gather up. He's won the stage tonight. He might have led the most laps. And McWhorter's putting up a good fight there to lead the most laps as well. So Whitley's trying to play for a perfect points day.
And I think we can all agree, Whitley definitely a little bit faster, but, we talked to Lawrence before the race. Track position, pretty king.
Yeah, it looks like they got 4 lap trucks up running in front of them here. Nobody's really close to each other, but lap traffic could come into play here. Something's going on in the front straightaway. I was hearing contact.
Probably someone getting the Richmond stride.
One of those drivers in front of them is Josh Kreider. He's still on the lead lap, running P.
Well, we saw Kreider at Myrtle Beach. He would not let Whitley go.
And 9 trucks now on the lead lap.
Of course, we had 25 trucks show up tonight. A lot of 2 big wrecks tonight cleared out some big contenders. So.
As we're closing in on 30 laps to go here.
McWhorter still has his race under control, but they're coming up on some lap traffic as Shirley gets out of the way. Now they are all eyes on Kreider. 6 all over the back bumper of that 32.
You can see just...
Oh, a little bit of contact.
He's wearing out that back bumper. He's trying to make it clear that he is there.
These guys expect so much out of themselves. We know if Mick Ward doesn't win this race, he'll be so disappointed in himself. We know if Whitley doesn't win this race, he'll be so disappointed in himself. These guys want wins. Here they come. They're all over the back bumper of that 5. Josh Kreider ahead of them. And a lot more lap traffic ahead of Kreider. Of course, no blue flags here. You just expect, some common courtesy. Russell's going to get out of the way of the leaders.
Yeah, and these leaders can't be taking it easy because Luke Dorn is closing. It's down to 13 seconds.
Here we go. Whitley might look inside there for a little bit. He's all over the back bumper. You expect Whitley to look inside here, and he is.
Yeah, Joseph's going to try and take that high line there. Oh, he didn't have a chance to. Oh, gets into the back of him there a little bit.
Whitley to the lead at Richmond. Can he drive away from that 32?
I got a feeling he's probably going to be able to.
He's got
Then
that
again,
lapper in front of him, though. Well, not a lap down yet. He's still fighting for that lead lap. That's Kreider in front of him.
As we got the the 0-1 blown up
And
going
Kreider's
down
going
the front
to...
straightaway
Oh, I
into
thought he was
turn
going to take
two.
the race line away. Kreider fighting for that lead lap. He is going to get lapped, though. But not making it easy on these leaders to pass him.
0-1 does make it to pit road.
I believe he blew up what he said over the radio.
Both leaders are around. Now they focus on the next trucks. Did we just see the pass for the win, or can McWhorter find anything left in that truck to get back up there?
I think Joseph needs.
McWhorter's pitting.
Oh wow!
McWhorter to pit road here. What a call. Did they need a pit again? We didn't really expect that.
The only thing I could think of is maybe you didn't get it filled up enough.
Oh, no. We'll
If they
see.
have to pit again, this
But
is Luke Dorn's race.
Yeah, they shouldn't have had to pit again. I thought they should have been able to make it.
We'll see how long the McWhorter's on. And it looks like he's on for a 4-tire stop. Now, left side goes up, so 4-tire stop for that 32 crew.
Luke Dorn has made his way up to P3, still about 10 seconds back from Mark in that 6 truck, but he's definitely gaining.
So if these guys have to pit again, like you said, Josh, this is Luke Dorn's race.
If you're Mark Whitley, though, at this point, you got a pretty good gap behind you. Rob Hamp's running P2. We're at 20 laps to go. Rob Hamp's running second. He's about a little over 3 seconds back and running about the same lap time. So if you're Mark, I think you just take it easy and just make sure you can get it to the checkered flag.
We're on 20 laps to go here tonight. McWhorter brought it to pit road. We didn't think these guys had a pit again, but maybe, like Bobby said, maybe he didn't get filled up all the way.
Yeah, definitely interesting strategy. I mean, maybe he thought this was his only shot to win. I mean, I don't know. Just don't think he's going to have enough time to use those tires.
Whitley is out front and got a comfortable lead, like you said, 3.4 seconds back. Rob Hamp. And then we got Luke Dorn 10 seconds back. Yeah, we'll have to see if it plays out like this. If nobody else pits, we'll have to see what happened to McWhorter if we can get an interview with him.
Joseph is 1.4 seconds a lap faster right now.
Yeah, he's over a lap behind though, and we're inside. We got about 15 laps to go, so that math does not add up.
I think I'm gonna lean to like Bobby said. Maybe he didn't get that truck, filled up.
Yeah, and you see him, Joseph now. He's stuck on
He's
Josh
gonna
Kreider.
make it 3
Oh, man,
wide.
3 wide.
$15 laps to go here tonight. Does Whitley pit, or was that just a mishap? Laps winding down here. Can save some fuel. He's got a 4-second gap now to second.
Yeah, I think if I think if he don't have to pit, I think he's got this one in the bag because Joseph's not going to be able to make up that much time.
Yeah, he's actually about to close up on Mark to try to unlap himself, but even at full speed, that's 23 seconds to make up, and yeah, we're coming up to just outside of 10 laps to go.
What Joseph would love is to get past him, unlap himself right here, and a caution.
He does get around him really easy. Now he's on the back bumper of that 4. He's going to go inside. He's not going to be able to make up the time in that amount. We had more laps, maybe, but...
Yeah, I think he would have had to do that about 10, 15 laps.
Oh, he's got a
early.
caution.
no,
we
we
have
got
a
a
caution.
yellow.
Russell
We got a
Bracken.
yellow.
Oh, my goodness. Caution is out on the raceway, and this changes everything. Russell Bracken brings out the caution.
Yeah, Russell had an issue on. Oh, Ben Shelton got into the wall off turn 2, and Russell was coming through and thought there was a gap there to the outside, and they got together on the back straightaway.
Yep, hard impact for that 11, and he hits the inside wall. That's going to bring out a caution, and this is going to set up a wild, 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 wild finish.
I feel like I just got it out my mouth. Joseph's happy right now.
You've got
very happy.
Yeah, you've got. We're inside 10 laps to go now. You've got 7 trucks on the lead lap. It's going to be 8 with the lucky dog.
Nicholas Fuller is disconnected.
Yes, sir. And just to give you guys an update, Jordan Hand stayed out there. He's going to be your race leader.
What happened to Fuller?
As Rob Hamp beats Whitley off pit road.
Wow, that's very big.
But out front, though, Jordan Hand scored the race leader.
He has not been on pit road in 63 laps. Joseph McWhorter, with only 13 laps on those tires, takes the track position.
That was an easy call for Joseph.
Sir, and that was a 2-tire stop on that 24 truck. So that puts Whitley back in 4th. So
we got Jordan on older tires. Joseph on about 14 lap old tires, you said?
Yeah, he's going to be on. He's currently on 14 laps.
And then Rob on 2. And then what is Mark on?
Mark just pitted.
He just pitted. He should have taken 4. Yeah, it was a 14-second stop. So that should be a 4-tire stop.
The top 3 either stayed out or on 2 tires. Mark Whitley the first on 4.
Hand stayed out. McWhorter just pitted there. Unlapped himself in a perfect spot. Hamp, 2-tire stop.
Remember what we were talking about earlier with that time difference? The first 15 laps was a big difference in fresh tires versus a little bit older tires. Once you got from about 15 to 25, it really started to balance out. So we've got less than 10 laps to go here in this race. So that could be a big move. That's a good gamble by the 32.
Sure, and of course, if you're Jordan Hand, you are pretty comfortable in the points position, so why not go for the win? course, that would be Hand's first career win, but he's on very old tires. He's got to be careful about wheel spin as well. Imagine if he wheel spins, it takes out all the leaders.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not going to be an easy start.
And don't count out Luke Doran, too. He's going to be back there on 4 fresh tires. Even Aaron Smith, he's still up here. He's got a chance. Jacob Oubre.
Jordan Hand last in 127.
Oh, boy, I think this is going to be a wild one. A little bit of a shootout,
Yeah,
too, so...
Joseph McWhorter was asking over voice chat, asking how old the tires were on that 88 truck, and it was
Underwood answer.
quite a startled comment. Yeah, quite a startled answer.
We'll see. Does he get any wheel spin? Does he take anyone out if he gets wheel spin? This is going to be interesting. He thought Whitley had it in the back. Well, here we go. Ran with a great jump. McWhorter got a pretty good jump.
Jumped early there.
McWhorter's going to be looking inside. Hand didn't block it. He drove it in deep, though. He washed up.
88 washes up the track. Here comes the 6 right on the back of the 32 with those fresh 4 tires. The 24 was not able to maintain his track position.
Look at Aaron Smith, though.
And here's Aaron Smith coming up here.
Bumper to the back of the 32.
Oh, no.
And 24 is around. And the 7's in it again. Looks like Rob Hamp just got loose.
That could be the 2 tires there.
Rob Hamp. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's terrible luck on these short tracks.
It looked like off the original camera angle, maybe Underwood got into the back of him, but it was just 24 getting loose.
Yeah, 24 was already going around. The 77 did get into him, but it was once he was already gone.
All right, well, for this final restart, we want to thank our sponsors. Well, I say final restart. 1-3 Speed, Maconi Setup Shop, Next Level Racing, and ButtKicker. We got McWhorter scored the leader.
We got a shot at more than one restart. Jordan Hand's pitting.
Yeah, Jordan Hand decided he was going to throw up the white flag. He didn't want to be in the middle of all that.
Probably a smart decision. Only 9 cars going to be on the lead lap.
Here in the Stars and Stripes, these guys have 2 green-white checkered, so Oubre is going to get his lap back.
Yeah, we know Aaron Smith was damaged earlier, but that last pit stop, he stayed on pit road for an extended period of time to try to get some of it repaired. So he's up here in P3, probably took 4 tires there.
So what line would you take if you were Joseph?
I think you got to take the inside.
I have to agree. I think you got to take the inside and try and catch Mark sleeping a little bit and hope that Aaron can get under Mark.
You know, these 32 and 6 are teammates, so they can communicate. I don't know if you want to do that now, though. I don't know if you want to give Whitley any more help than he needs.
And this is a green-white checkered officially.
Okay, so that's going to be the first green-white checkered attempt. I have 2 in the bag, so... Richmond giving some late race drama here tonight.
You know,
we are officially on our first green-white checker.
We still having the scoreboard issues?
Yes, sir. But we are popping it up now. It'll be a green-white checkered attempt. You are seeing some of the scoring positions now. Again, we apologize for the overlay issues tonight.
Now, I was just going to say to point out your top 9. That's your lead lap, guys, down to Jacob.
As the scoring ticker is about to scroll to that top 9, so you'll see it in just a second. As the lights are off. Oh, no, they're not. They're still on. Okay. Who expected Aaron Smith to be in a podium spot still?
I mean, it's never out of the question for him, being honest.
When we saw him eat that inside wall, and
So as we come to green here, McWhorter is on 22 laps on his tires. The others are on 9. So about a 12 lap difference in the tires.
We're going to see here. I expect the lights to be off the pace car this time. We hear some radio chatter going on. What can you guys report?
That's just them talking about black flags and stuff. As Brandon Shirley is disconnected.
Another one going tonight. You know, Richmond collecting some bodies out here tonight as the lights are off. So we're getting ready for our first green-white checkered attempt.
Yeah, I don't really understand why he disconnected, but you know, it is what it is.
That's another spot for somebody else. Here we go.
In line for that extra spot would be Jim Foskett and Nicholas Post.
Jim's another guy that needs all the points he can. He's in fighting for that final playoff spot. Off points. McWhorter trying to lock himself in. Here we go. Our green-white checkered attempt number 1. Good jump by the 32.
And it looks like Mark's clear right now. Will he pull down?
They're 3 wide into the corner.
Oh, there's contact.
Boy.
3 got into somebody back there.
Oh, the 51's around at the back of the pack.
Oubre's crashed. We stay green. Coming around and get the white flag. White flag in the air. Whitley's all over the back bumper of that 32.
Yeah, this is very similar to that situation I brought up earlier.
White flag sponsored by Bailey Auto Parts. Whitley's got the speed. What's he going to do?
He's to the inside.
He is to the inside. What's McWhorter going to do?
Oh, Whitley's going to slide up.
Whitley's going to win the race. Mark Whitley wins at Richmond, and we got heavy contact at the end. Crider's going for a ride. Good thing he's in a safety truck, though. Mark Whitley picks up another win here on a last lap pass.
Great finish here tonight.
Brian Underwood sneaks in and gets that 3rd finish. As Whitley's going to burn it down. Another win in the bag for Mark Whitley. And I believe, yeah, that's close to a max points today. I think McWhorter might get him with the laps allowed, but
as Josh Crider brings the safety truck down to make sure that that Mark is conducting safe burnouts.
what we want here in the World Stock Car Racing League.
Shelton back there doing donuts. I think he's celebrating that he survived the whole race.
Yes, that is what he is celebrating.
That is a first. As Whitley parks it there. On the Richmond Raceway logo.
Guys,
The
ready.
old victory lane.
Yes, sir, we are ready.
Bring in P3 first. Brian, it's Josh in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
You bring it home P3 tonight. You think you could have done anything else to maybe get another spot or two?
Despite plowing the wall early on, if I would have took a little bit more cautious going in turn 1 on the restart, might have had a different shot. But me and Aaron basically took herself out there with that bad restart.
Oh, you bring it home a P3. So not a bad finish tonight. From a short track perspective, did it go better than you expected? Because sometimes in this series it can be caution filled.
Yeah, it definitely. If we didn't have that big one in the beginning, we might have a different story. But it definitely went well. The long green flag run, even though it killed me because I destroyed it. It was enjoyable though. It's nice seeing those long runs, and tell you what, Whitley and McWhorter definitely had this track down pat on that long run.
Yes, sir. Well, next week we head to Legacy, Texas, not the new Texas, thankfully. How do you feel about heading to Legacy, Texas?
I think the Legacy is a lot better than the new one. I like it better, preferably. just hopefully we get a win here before the playoffs would be nice.
Yes, sir. Well, anyone you want to thank tonight for this P3 finish?
Thank you all guys for putting on the show, and just think, well, me and Nathan been practicing a little bit more. He's still struggling a little bit for a new guy, but just everybody shows up every week. It's nice running these fields of 25, more than what we ran last season. Makes it even better.
Sure, Brian. Well, we will see you next week at Texas.
Right.
All right, so that was Brian and P3. You ready for P2?
Bring him up.
All right, Joseph, it's Josh in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, yeah.
Well, you bring it home P2. I'm sure you're disappointed in that. But gotta ask about the strategy before the last caution. Were you short on fuel?
No, I was fine on fuel. I just, I thought it was going to go green. I thought I had a better chance of finishing better than what I did with old tires. I was just falling off too hard. I don't know why. I practiced long runs all day, and I don't know. I just wasn't going to win the race by following Mark, so I thought, well, I'm pretty much in a must-win no matter what. So I had to try something, so I went ahead and just took tires, thinking maybe I could get back to him. I doubted it, but I thought, well, I mean, it's a second and a half faster on fresh tires, so there was a chance I could get back to him in, 25, 27 laps, whatever it was. But that caution came out, and I got the lead, kept the lead, and kind of had to play a little bit of defense to get Mark, and just lost it on the last corner. It just, I should have backed the corner up going into turn 1 on that last lap, and kind of slowed his entry up to where he wouldn't have as good of a run. I could have blocked him going into turn 3 there, but I had a pretty good run off, but he backed the corner up and had a better run. So I just clean fight with a teammate. I mean, you can't complain. I mean, I'm not upset about it. It's just with me missing the 2 Dega races, it's just I'm pretty sure I'm in a must-win. I might make it on points if I miss those 2 races. I don't know. I don't know how we're counting the points if they're 2 separate races or what have you. So good night all around.
Well, you haven't had the best of luck this season. That's no secret. But you got to be happy with the P2.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're always happy whenever we have a good finish like that. It's especially bringing home a driven 1-2. I mean, it sucks that we tore up a truck at the coming across the line. I planted the throttle, was trying to get to his back bumper off the corner, and he just had such a run off. I was hoping maybe if I could hit him, I can get up underneath him, kind of stall out his momentum, but I got loose coming out, so I just planted the throttle and drifted it all the way down the front stretch. I was just sideways. So it's good to have a good finish. I mean, I'm disappointed, but it's just one of those ones that got away.
Well, we'll send it to Bobby. Bobby, you have any questions for Joseph?
I was just curious, how much of a difference did you feel like there was with old tires, new tires? Was there like a window there that you felt like it was worth doing it, or did it balance out after a little while?
I mean, oh man, I don't know how to answer that. Let's see. I mean, you started the run off, normally in like the 22 2s, 22 1s. And by the time you got to pit stops, you were running about 23 5s, I think. And, when Mark got around me, I just figured, with the time difference between fresh tires and old tires, I thought I could just make it work. I mean, hell, I think I ran a 22.3, I think, on those old tires on that restart. So, I mean, they do level out eventually, but it takes a little bit to get there. It takes a good 30 laps, 40 laps before you really get to the mid 30 or 23s like that. So I just gambled. I was just trying something. I mean, it almost worked. I almost had it. I just 1 corner short.
Sure. Well, anyone you want to thank tonight for this P2 finish?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank everybody on Driven Motorsports. Unfortunately, John couldn't be here tonight. He just he moved into his new place, so I want to wish him a congratulations. I want to wish my dad a happy birthday. His birthday was this week, so happy birthday, Dad. Love you. Thanks for all the support. I want to give a shout out to Red Camel Racing, all their amazing fireproof gear, helmets, fireproof suits, all the good stuff that gets me to the track. Get to go to the track in 2 weeks' time when we go to Dagan. I'm going to be in South Carolina racing, so excited about that. I want to thank Reaper Speed Labs. They have I think they have a sale going on right now, so you might want to go check that out at reaperspeedlab.com. Also want to thank you guys for putting on an awesome broadcast, and all the hard work you guys do in the being admins and doing the broadcast. It's kind of hard to I know it's not easy to do both, so it's awesome for you guys to do that. I want to thank all the drivers. I mean, that was by far the best short track race I think we've had in the last 2 seasons. So
Sure.
I want to give a round of applause to all the drivers in this league tonight. I mean, amazing job. Every single person that was out there. The lap cars were, really good tonight. We only had a handful of cautions. Great race. Long runs, green flag pit stops. I mean, you can't ask for a better race. So, just want to say thank you. Want to say real quick before I go, because I know she's watching. My girlfriend's mom's watching. Love you, and thanks for always watching every week and supporting me. And see you guys next week.
Yes, sir. We will see you at Texas.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, so that was Joseph. Let's talk to the winner now. Marcus, Josh in the booth, you got a copy?
Yep, gotcha.
Well, it's a really exciting finish. You think those tires were the big difference there?
Oh yeah, definitely. I know Joe kind of threw a Hail Mary at the wall trying to pit there during that last green flag run. Just trying to try something different, and it almost worked out for him. I was really just wanting the race to go green to the end. We were like 11, 12 laps to go for it, and we were comfortably in front of Rob, so I was just comfortable, just letting the race run out and try to win that way. But then got the caution, that kind of threw a wrench in everything. Joe had 15 lap-ish tires, and I forget who else stayed out. They were on old tires, and I think Rob took 2, so we were the first on 4. So it was just trying to. I knew I was the fastest. I had the best long run car. I was able to take care of the tires. I feel like short run we were above average, but I think Joe had us on just outright speed at the short run, and so I really wanted to try to get around him quick because I didn't know how many cautions we were going to get, and then luckily we were able to get around, and we were 1-2 there on that green white checkered, and tires that made all the difference. I mean, we both dove it into turn 1 on the last lap. I backed it up maybe a smidge, but I still threw it in there probably about like I would on a qualifying lap, and it stuck the bottom. I was able to plant the gas, and he slid up a little bit, got my nose up under him, and get a good run. And we went down in turn 3 and 4, and I knew from that entry that he couldn't go in as deep as I am, so I kind of went in a little bit deeper, and I think he tried to cross me back under. But as soon as I got clear and he got behind me, I matted the gas, and it was a little loosey-goosey, but I just knew if he could get back to me, he was probably going to hit me pretty good. So I just matted my foot to the floor and just kind of rode it out, and I don't think he could ever get to me. I think he was getting loose off the corner too, so it was a hell of a finish. That was one of the best finishes I've had in a league race before. Kind of as a teammate, it's awesome to run that good with a teammate. On one hand, beating a teammate's always, it's always great competition with somebody at the caliber of Joe. Then you kind of feel for him because he's been having such bad luck this season, and he really needs to win. So I mean, there's a teensy part of me that maybe feels a little bad, but I can't feel too bad. I mean, that was a hell of a finish, and glad to keep the winning train rolling.
Yes, sir. Well, how did your mindset change? It's like 7 laps to go, the caution comes out. Take us through your mindset there when you see the caution come out, when it looks like the race is well in hand.
Well, the first couple thoughts were some nasty words you probably don't want to say on air. There were probably a few of those going through my head, more than a few. The next thought is, well, we've been going so long, and there's not that many cars on the lead lap, so I thought 4 tires was a no-brainer for me. I knew a couple of guys had tried 2 earlier in the race on when the left sides weren't that old, and I saw it worked a little bit, but not that well. And then I figured with as old of the left sides as we had, we just get 4 tires and just go up there and drive, and it was pretty much balls to the wall. Just take the lead out and just run as hard as you can, and just try not to run anybody over in front of you. It was just pretty much like pin the ears back and go.
it was I was really worried there because I've lost so many races that way where had it seemingly in the bag and a late caution comes out and we get caught up in some mess on the restart. So I'm just glad we were able to get through there and race Joe for the finish there, and it was a pretty damn good finish, I would say.
There it was. Bobby, you have any questions for Mark?
I think, excuse me, sorry. I think I would just follow up kind of the same question that I asked Joseph. What did you see in terms of difference on lap times on tires? Like, how did you feel that went? Like, I know we saw Luke try some offset strategy at some point, and it was really interesting to watch how you guys all battled out.
Yeah, my best lap of the race was like on lap 2, and that was a 22 flat, pretty much 22 flat. And toward the end of the run, once the tires got about 40, 35, 40, 50 laps in the run, I was running about 23 3s, 23 4s. And if I could hit a really good lap, I could get down to the 23 2. So it was just over a second, which is a lot, but I've tried that strategy before where there's about that much fall off, and they eventually they level out. I mean, from lap 10 to 20 there was a good bit of fall off, but then from 20 to 30 there wasn't that much, and after lap 30 it was pretty much just how had you taken care of the tires. If you'd taken care of them, there was almost no fall off from 30 to 70 or 80. There was a little bit just toward the end of it if you had abused them a little bit, but they balanced out really good. So I knew the short-term gain of, you're running a second a lap faster. After 20 laps, you're not going to be gaining a second a lap every lap because traffic and everything, and you're going to be over a lap down, so you're going to be close to 30 seconds down. The tires are just going to be gone by the time you actually get it in a good spot, and you're going to have to overdrive it. So I really just figured it was just better, staying out. Joseph, once I got by him, he was just trying to, just pretty much throwing a Hail Mary at the wall, just trying something different just to see what he could do. But I think we were in the right strategy call. I just the late caution threw a little bit of a wrench in the plan, but we were able to go around the little kink in the line and keep it rolling.
Sir, well, anyone you want to thank tonight for P1?
Oh yeah, big shout out Harpoon Design. Brantley does all my paint schemes. He's an awesome painter, one of the best on iRacing in my opinion. Check him out at harpoondesign.com. Has a form on there you can fill out. He can make you a brand new custom one like he's got me right here. Or if you want to just check out all the stuff he's done previously, you can check it out on tradingpaint.com under Harpoon Design. Like I said, some awesome work. He's got hundreds of them on there. And my other sponsor, Shop Angry Duck, they're going to be your one-stop shop for all your custom racewear, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, pretty much anything apparel-wise. You want something custom made, they can make it for you with no order limit. So check them out at shopangryduck.com. And another big shout out to my family, always tuning into these broadcasts of races. It's always fun to have a support group. Always great to, whenever it comes out on the bad end of one of these, have somebody, patting your back and like, hey, you'll do better next time, or, whenever you win, celebrating with you. So it's always fun to have a good support group. And big shout out to the league. Honestly, I wasn't sure how this race was going to go because the Coliseum was, to put it lightly, a shit show. This was really, really good. Like the long green flag runs. I know I told Joe at one point, I'm like, what's the chances we go green the whole way? And we were just kind of joking and we probably wouldn't go green. And then we went, that was like the 120 lap green flag run, or whatever that long one was in the middle of the race. We went green forever. And I'm like, well, damn, this is pretty good. This is one of the longest runs I've ever had at Richmond. So big shout out to all the league drivers. And then for y'all putting on this broadcast, stepping up and putting on the broadcast for this league, it's always fun to go back and watch. And y'all make great stuff here the last couple weeks.
Sure. Well, Mark, we will see you in next week at Legacy, Texas.
All right, appreciate it. See you guys.
Well, that's Mark Whitley. Another win here on the season. Got it at the last closing seconds.
Yeah, definitely will help him in terms of playoff points we were talking about earlier.
I see that we still have a individual down there on pit road that wants to be interviewed. Do you see him down there?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull him up.
Off a P6 finish.
Josh Kreider, it's Josh Ewan in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Goon, I got you. What's up, boys?
So you bring home P6 tonight. How was your race truck tonight?
It wasn't bad, honestly. I was just kind of just riding and bored. I mean, overall, just bringing it home clean and watching everybody else wreck. So It's not very often that you're going to hear me say watching everybody else wreck or not causing some drama, but it was a good time overall. Hats off to everybody who wants the big wreck happen at the front. We, like Mark was saying, we went green, and what were the chances we went green all the way to the end? And just having that last yellow there, it was an exciting finish overall. I'm glad to come home sixth, especially everything that's happened this week. Haven't been able to practice. Just overall really happy.
Sir, first off, congratulations on getting married. P6 tonight, you're getting all your points back, of course, coming off that penalty. So the next 3 races, we got Legacy, Texas, and then the duels at Dega. How do you feel about those next 3?
I mean, we all know that Dega is Dega, and Lord only knows what happens. Go to Vegas and put a bet down on WOSCRL if we can get on the line. Legacy Texas is Legacy Texas. I mean, it was pretty much with iRacing from the start, and I feel like everybody that's in this league is probably going to have a decent amount of laps at that track. So, I mean, anything can happen. Look for your people who were good on tire wear tonight to be good at Legacy Texas next week.
Yes, sir. Well, P6 tonight, anyone you want to thank?
I just thank everybody, for putting this together. I mean, you guys in the booth, just like everybody else has said, really awesome. We had a really overall clean race tonight. I'm really happy and fortunate to be a part of the league. And obviously, you said I'm coming off of the points penalty and digging back out of that hole. And I think I'm going to be in a good spot going into Legacy, Texas, and Talladega, especially finishing second earlier this season at Daytona.
Well, we will see you next week at Texas, man.
All right, see you guys.
Hey, well, Josh Crowder, getting back those points, he got a big penalty, so trying to point his way back in. So P6, that'll help.
And I believe he wasn't really the cause of any cautions tonight, so that'll take away a penalty point, and he'll be only 1 race away from being able to qualify again.
We see in the garage area down there. We can see from the press box up here. We got some heated words going on down there. We got people wanting people suspended. That'll be took care of. We'll look at all that. Obviously you guys reported somebody retaliating under caution, Viewmaker. So a lot of interesting stuff here at Richmond tonight.
Yeah, and our job definitely ain't done when we're done with this broadcast. We got a lot to sort through. So, but overall, great race.
Sir, Bobby, what did you think about the race tonight?
Overall, I thought it was probably, like one of the guys earlier said, probably one of our better short track races. Big enough track that there was enough room to move around. You weren't all stacked on top of each other all the time. The fast guys definitely broke away and showed their speed. We had some of those incidents early. I would have loved to have seen how that race would have played out with some of those guys that got taken out in that first stage still being involved. I think that would have thrown a bit of a variable in that second half of the race for sure.
Sir. Let's see if we can get one more word in here tonight on the interview train. Jordan Hand, you get a copy, man?
Yeah, boss. I got you.
All right, well. Thought you might win the race here tonight. You stayed out on strategy there. Did you have a shot there at the end?
No. To be honest with you, man, I wasn't paying attention and I stayed out. And then at that point, I thought, what, we'll get a point, So, and then I overdrive and look like a fool. But, I told myself I wasn't going to wreck anybody or cause somebody else a race because of my stupidity. So I just tried to make sure I got out of the way.
You did. Good job at it. Still got a top 10 finish. Got to be happy with that. Another good points day as you head to Legacy, Texas. How do you feel about that next week?
I'm excited, man. I love Texas. It's a fun one, but we'll just try to keep it on track. Stay away from some crazies. I'm trying to stay away from the word hack, and just have a good race.
Sir, Bobby, you have any questions for Jordan?
No, not at the moment.
Right, Josh?
I believe I'm good, but congrats on coming back for the P8. Almost threw it away there with that not pitting.
No joke. Like I said, my biggest thing when I didn't pit was just try to get out of the way. I knew I had no chance. But also at the end of the day, I do want to say shout out to my teammate Bryce. He got wrecked, and I haven't seen it yet, but I trust what everybody says in the chat. I love Marcus. He was my old teammate. I'm sure he didn't mean it, but I give props to my old teammate here, Bryce, for just not taking it up the rear. He actually gave some payback. I was proud of him.
There. Well, we will see what happens with all that. And, yeah, congrats on the P8.
Appreciate it, boss.
All right, well, Gordhan obviously picking up for his teammate there. And Marcus Cunningham has jumped into the media center now.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting interview.
We'll get that word from him.
Yeah, we'll pull him up, and then we got to go and cover some IRC stuff. Marcus, Josh in the booth, you got a copy?
What's going on, guys? You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. So I got a feeling I know what you're here to talk about. So, what is your side of the story?
Yeah, so, it's lap 4. I got no reason to intentionally take someone out. Just running hard, running my race. I know he was taking it easy. I could tell I was a little faster than him. So, I know in that race, there are times where someone was faster than me, so I just go up high so I avoid that situation of being dumped from behind. So, but I got nothing against him. I didn't really talk to him when he was rubbered up, so, but either way, it was my fault. I take 100% responsibility of it, but you can't be wrecking someone under caution. That's just, that just can't happen here.
Sir, and we're gonna see the replay now live. Obviously he got you back under caution, and that's what's causing the big dispute in the garage.
Yeah, I mean, that's just childish, and I get it. He's a younger kid, so he's got a lot to learn still, but I'm just trying to have a good time. No reason to junk someone's car under caution, Shit happens, I get it, but you gotta, control your emotions during the race.
Sure, well, we had the Legacy Texas next week. How do you feel about heading there?
I like Texas. It's a good track, so, hopefully we can get some good runs in there. But yeah, no, it just sucks that the car was junked early, put in a lot of work all week, so unfortunately didn't get a good finish, but, hopefully we can rebound next week.
Sir, well, we will see you next week at Texas.
Yep. Thank you guys for putting on the show. Appreciate it. So, yeah, I'll see you guys all next week.
Yes, sir. Guys, we're seeing it live now on the broadcast. What happened between that 34 and 96, and we're going to see here in a second the 96 show his displeasure in the race here under caution.
Yeah, I think Denny Hamlin said it. It's short track racing. I mean, the caution stuff, definitely not, something we want to see. But we get the emotion, but definitely gonna be subject to some type of penalty.
Sir, and Bobby, what's your take on all that?
First of all, full disclosure, I am in IRC, so I'm going to be part of the people looking over that incident. It's hard to really say that, one person was completely right and the other was completely wrong. I think from Bryce's perspective, I could see the argument of, hey, it's lap 4. Why are you packing it in under my rear bumper that tight? From the 34's perspective, I can see him saying, hey, I was faster than you. It's early in the race. Why are you staying in my way like that? So yeah, I could see both sides. Obviously, I think pretty much everybody in the league could agree we don't want to see wrecking under yellow. So obviously, he's not going to receive a cake and be told, hey, good job, do that again. So I think everyone understands that. So as a little bit of, I could see both sides of it. Obviously, I don't think Marcus did anything completely intentionally. I don't think he sent it on down in there saying, I'm going to run him over. But then again, I also think the 96 is probably not expecting him to run it in that hard. So that's where I see it.
Well, Richmond, pretty good race here tonight. So for the first ever time here, let's run through the top 10 real quick before we close out. We got Whitley coming home P1, McWhorter second, Underwood third, Aaron Smith somehow brings it home P4, Luke Doran fifth, Joshua Crider sixth, Rob Hamp seventh, Gordon Hand eighth, Jacob Hooper brings it home ninth, and Ben Shelton survives and brings it home a P10.
Yeah, that's why he was doing donuts after the race.
Yes, sir. So Richmond delivers, Some guys got took out in big wrecks. You know, next week at Legacy, Texas. That's going to be interesting. The old school of Texas, so I expect it to be pretty competitive.
Yeah, that Legacy Texas track definitely. You slip and slide on that. I'm not sure about the newer trucks, but I know the old Legacy trucks were a big time handful at Legacy Texas.
There, well, before we close out tonight, we want to give one final shout out to 1-3 Speed, Maconi Setup Shop, Next Level Racing, and ButtKicker for sponsoring the Stars and Stripes series. We're going to close out here tonight. We're going to pack up, head to Texas, get our cowboy hats, and we got some stuff to handle. So, good night from Richmond.